the life, then just keep paying bills.
Life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. Life is what you make it.
Who said they had to win? Who said we gotta lose? You sick of paying debts? We sick of paying dues. You know the one who that we belong to. So get your hands off our land, please, won't you? I'm living in the city, I'm living in the A, and this is for my people who struggle every day. It's simple mathematics, we learn in first grade. What do these numbers make? It's time to get paid, it's time to break chains, it's time to make a change. Better get your money, brother, and get up out the game. No one can hold me, no one can fold me. I only play this game how my people show me.
Life is what we make it. Yeah. Life is what we make it. Ooh, yeah. Life is what we make it. Yeah. Life is
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. I wonder where old Shaggy at right now. I wonder where old Shaggy at right now. 1995 is the year. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show on the 2 Live Stews Radio Network. That's right. The 2 Live Stews Radio Network. 1 p.m. today, the first installment of the Ryan Stewart Show here on the 2 Live Stews Radio Network. Following him at 2 p.m., a man, Jeff Fox, coming to you live from the bottom from Miami, Florida. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so we're pushing Jeff or John Fisher. You got 2 names with J and F as the initials. We got Jeff Fox at 2 p.m. and John Fisher at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, now known as, damn it, and I knew I was going to do that, now known as 2 Live Stews Radio. Yes, sir. $1995 is the year, the throwback year on this Throwback Thursday. Speaking of the stews, me and my brother came up with the term Throwback Thursday. I'm not lying. No lie. I am not lying. Ask somebody, they'll tell you. So 1995, man, O.J. Simpson had his trial of the century where he beat the rap. And subsequently later, he did some dumb shit. and tried to hold some cats up in a hotel and get his stuff back. He was well within his right, I believe, but should have been more thought about. He should have put more thought into that because he knew good and well they had a magnifying glass on his ass. And so subsequently he went to jail, man, and he's got a parole hearing today where he might get out. And so let's pray for OJ, man, that them folks have some compassion. For what I understand, and I'm going to talk about, I keep saying I'm going to talk about it later, and we'll get into it here in a second. They've got like a point system on getting parole and good behavior and getting your sentence cut down or whatever. And OJ, from what I understand, has been the consummate good inmate, okay? He's Gucci as far as what he's been doing in jail. And so the truth being, he should get out. But we're talking about O.J. Simpson. And there's still a clear and present resentment towards this cat some 27 years later. Yeah. Cleveland Cavaliers guard Kyrie Irving weighed in on his team's offense this offseason on Tuesday, calling the club standing peculiar. Here's a quote. He said, "I understand we're in a very peculiar place," Irving told Sports Illustrated. "We just have to, make sure that all our pieces are aligned first, and then we go from there. It's the summertime, a lot of craziness going on in the NBA. Best to just observe and then see what happens. But obviously, there are things that I'm pretty sure our organization wants to do, and we'll go from there." His comments come after a USA Today Sports story reported that LeBron James is concerned about the team's offseason. The Cavaliers did a bunch of things, and they didn't do a bunch of things. General Manager David Griffin was shown the door on June 19th after they didn't reach an agreement on a contract extension. Trent Redden, the team's senior vice president of basketball operations, also left. Chauncey Billups basically scorned their overtures to be president of basketball operations. So, and they didn't really do a lot of things free agency-wise that really come to mind to note. Golden State, on the other hand, the other team that everybody expects to make it to the NBA Finals. Golden State, on the other hand, man, they signed Jeff Green, Jose Calderon. They had a damn good draft. The young players that they've had on the bench, man, look like they're progressing in the summer league. It's just crazy, man. And those players, actually, Jeff Green and Calderon went with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I may have said they went with the Golden State Warriors. But they haven't done a lot outside of that. Kyle Korver's coming back to the team. To talk about Kyle Korver being part of your team is not a lot to write home about. So really, in the grand scheme of things, man, they haven't done a lot that can get them over that hurdle, which is the Golden State Warriors. So we'll see. And so all of this talk out there about LeBron leaving and going to L.A. When he becomes a free agent after this season, all of that talk is out there, man. And I said it yesterday. I don't know if LeBron's going to leave. I don't know if LeBron wants to leave a real pie-in-the-sky situation in the East where he pretty much is guaranteed to make it back to the finals. There's nobody in the East that got that much better in the offseason through free agency that's really going to threaten Cleveland. So I don't know if LeBron wants to go to the loaded West, play for the Lakers, which I would be fine with that because I'm a Laker fan. I mean, I clearly would be. But I don't know what type of sense it makes, and I talked about this yesterday. I don't know what type of sense it makes for him to go in the West, the loaded West, and have to contend against San Antonio and Houston and a good Portland team and Golden State Warriors and everything that's going on out there. Now you can add to that mix the Minnesota Timberwolves, who look like they're definitely going to be contenders. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but we're definitely going to keep our eyes on that. And things are kind of uneasy in Cleveland. Very uneasy in Cleveland. Very uneasy. And I think LeBron does all of these things to keep Dan Gilbert on his damn toes. And a lot of times it seems like Dan Gilbert don't give a damn what LeBron says or thinks. He does what he wants to do. But I think LeBron does that. I think he does these 1 year and 2 year deals just so he can keep them cats around there on their toes. He's just not going to be around there without an opportunity to win a championship. He's clearly shown that from his past. 1995, college basketball champions were the UCLA Bruins. Them O'Bannon boys. Them O'Bannon boys. So, obviously, you had Charles and Ed O'Bannon, the brothers, on that team. You also had Tyus Edney. You remember these names? These were some good names, some old school names right here. Tyus Edney. Cameron Dollar was on that squad as well. Who else was on that squad that you would remember? J.R. Henderson. But they won the championship that year, man, winning the national championship. Jim Harrick was the coach. Shortly after that, after a lot of scandal there in UCLA, Jim Harrick became the head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. But your 1995 NCAA champions were the UCLA Bruins. That's another example of what I was talking about earlier with these teams starting their season, the year before, college basketball as well. So the season started in 94. The championship game was played in 1995. All right, when we get back from the break, we got a little bit of entertainment that we got to get to, man. We'll talk about some things going on in the world of entertainment, birthdays as well. R. Kelly. I'm definitely going to get my brother's commentary a little bit later on R. Kelly. R. Kelly, man, when you look at this whole situation with R. Kelly, man, he really, technically, and this is why they hadn't put his ass in jail yet, technically R. Kelly hadn't done anything. He hadn't done anything criminal. Now, do I think dude is a perv? Yes, I do. But when I get into this story, kind of like the latest on this R. Kelly story about him having, these young women at his house as slaves, you'll kind of understand where I'm coming from. All right, back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show.
Mic check music.
Driz.
Mic check music.
Living life, 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 living life. Henny in the coke, codeine in the Sprite, weed in the Dutch, got me feeling right. Living life, living life, living life, living life, living life with a purpose. Me and the team working. Just got some shirts done. Fold is my last name. Never is my first one. Just a young person hooked on this chronic. Making music that's gonna get you hooked on this phonics. Shining ain't easy. Gotta get the grinding. Fuck watching TV. That's the waste of time. Gotta get mine, dog. I gotta get shine. While I'm seeing blue, I'm no crip. In the cloud, high as shit. East Atlanta at a 6. Drafted in the game, round pick number 1. I'm sick, try to front. That's your shit, you a bum. To the black Donald Trump, I'm not giving suckers a crumb unless they family or something. But if not, get the scrambling, son. The words that I spit with my tongue, too fucking vicious, man. I'm dumb, mentally retarded, spitting on any artists who want it. I'm just living life, living life, living life, living life, living life. Living life, living life, living life. Henny in the coke, codeine in the Sprite, weed in my Dutch, got me feeling right. Living life, living life, living life, living life. Smoking Al Capone's after shots of Patron to the dome. I followed it up with weed. Somebody passed me the lean. It's just me living life. Feels like I'm in a dream as I continue to steam while thinking about my next scene. The cliche, my life's a movie. Bitches round me feeling groovy. And with smoking Dutchess, no doobies, man. This purple pack tasted fruit. It got me in clouds. Ooh-wee. me. I'm about to get this chick to do me. Cute face, fat booty. I love my chicks in swooshes. Also known as a fresh pair of Nikes. I'm known to get them wet. 2 fishes, I'm a Pisces. The bullshit doesn't excite me. Is it the tree or is it me? Cause it's burning up. 420 degrees, dog. I'm baked as fuck. So while I'm at it, might as well get that cake up. Cause life's a gamble and I'm living life.